Hello children. In the last video we noticed that a ship on the sea is in the midst of a severe storm accompanied by thunder and lightning. Alonso, the king of Naples, and his group of followers are in this ship coming from Tunis, got separated from the rest of the fleet on account of the storm. The boatswain instructs the sailors about the safety of the passengers, some of whom are terrified and come on the deck. He is irritated when they inquire about the dangers and rebukes them. He asks all of them to return to their cabins and not interfere with his work. The storm becomes even more furious. We also notice that boatswain says about Gonzalo that he does not look like a person destined to die of drowning, because his face and appearance show that he will die by hanging. Let's see what happens next in the scene in Act 1, Scene 1. The boatswain enters. Boatswain, down with the topmast. He says, bring down the topsail. Yea, quickly, lower, lower. Bring her to try with main course. Bring the ship in line with the wind using the mainsail. A cry within means a shout is heard off stage. A plague upon this howling. Curse those men who are shouting below decks. They are louder than the weather or our office. They are louder than the storm and distracting us from our duties. Re-enter Sebastian, Antonio and Gonzalo. Sebastian, Antonio and Gonzalo enter. Boatswain says, yet again? He says, you are up on deck again? What do you here? What are you doing here? Shall we give over and drown? Should we just give up and drown? Have you a mind to sink? Are you in the mood to sink? Sebastian says, a plague on your throat. Curse you! Shut up! You bawling, blasphemous, incharitable dog. Blasphemous means talking irrelevantly. He says, you wimpy, offensive, ungenerous dog. Boatswain, work you then. Do some work then. Antonio, hang, hang. He says, go and hang yourself somewhere. You insolent noisemaker. You loud, disrespectful person. We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art. We are less afraid of drowning than you are. Gonzalo, I'll warrant him for drowning. I guarantee he will never drown, though the ship were no stronger than a nutshell. Not even if the ship were as fragile, as weak as a nutshell. Boatswain, lay her a hold. A hold. Turn the ship close to the wind. Set her two courses. Set both sails to push us back out to sea. Off to sea again. Lay her off. Push her away from the land. Re-enter mariners wet. Who are mariners? Sailors. So wet sailors enter. Mariners, all lost. All lost. We are going to die now. To prayers, to prayers. Pray, pray, all lost. We are going to die. Exit. The sailors exit. Boatswain, what? Must our mouths be cold? He says, what? Must we drown in the cold water? Gonzalo, the king and prince at prayers. He says the king and the prince are praying. They have already started their prayers. Let's assist them, for our case is as theirs. Let's pray with them. Let's pray with the king and the prince, since we share their situation. Sebastian, I am out of patience. I am out of patience means I have lost all my patience now. Antonio, we are merely cheated of our lives by drunkards. Merely means completely. We have had our lives completely taken from us by a bunch of drunken sailors. And this wide-chapped rascal, wide-chapped means big-mouthed. As for this big-mouthed rascal of a boatswain, would thou mightest lie drowning? He says, the washing of 10 times. I hope you drown 10 times. Gonzalo, he will be hanging yet. He will still end up hanged. Though every drop of water swear against it. Even if every drop of water in the ocean swears, he won't. And gape at widest to glut him, and open its mouth wide to try to swallow him. A confused noise within, a chaotic noise sounds off stage. Mercy on us, God have mercy on us. We split, we split. The ship is splitting apart, the ship is splitting. Farewell, my wife and children. Goodbye, my wife and children. Farewell, brother. Goodbye, brother. We split, we split, we split. The ship is splitting, splitting, splitting. Exit boatswain. Antonio, let's all sink with the king. Let us all sink, let us all die, let us all drown with the king. Sebastian, let's take leave of him. First of all, let us say goodbye to him. Exeunt Antonio and Sebastian. Gonzalo, now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren land, for an acre of barren ground. Furlongs, a measure of distance. He says, I would give several square meters of sea for a single acre of infertile ground. Long heath, brown furs, anything. Long heath, brown furs, plants that grow in poor soil. He says, an empty plain, plants growing in bad soil, anything. The wills above be done. What's fated to be, will be. But I would fain die a dry death. But I would be happier to die a dry death. Exit. They exit. So with this, we come to the end of Act 1, Scene 1. Thank you, children.